And we're back with more video game Ghostbusting Club. Yeah. I'm Ray Stance.
I would be Winston.
Are you gonna say no? I genuinely think beyond all profiling that you are most like Winston or maybe Peter. But you're not lady hungry.
I think I got a little bit of them in all of it.
I think no.
There's
I was thinking about this this morning. You're kind of like Egon.
I was gonna say there's this.
You don't react strongly in groups.
I lean pretty close to Egon on the GB scale is what I'm gonna call this.
Yeah.
But I would also say that I've got a little bit of parts in all of them because I like Ray. I'm interested. I'm nerdy.
Yeah.
But like Peter, I'm a little scamp when I want to be. But like Winston, I'm like a down to earth guy.
I think that's what works about the characterizations are strong enough in those movies for you to grasp onto them, but I think they work because you can relate to any one of them at any given time. It's kind of like the Osamatsus. You can see like I'm kind of like Toddy in this scene.
Before we start,
yes,
I just want to say that this is a very wild depiction of New York City. There's a castle in the distance.
This is Now,
there's also grass.
I strongly believe, as someone who has spent hours in New York City, that there is a castle somewhere in the state.
Not like that. Not Dracula's. Not Dracula's castle.
Wait. You don't think Prison Island is a castle? A real place.
Now, what level did? Okay, I thought that was a windmill. It's a finished stage. Let's go to the Woody House.
Okay. Do you want to? Wait. I'm gonna describe levels to you. Ice. Fire, Stay Puffed.
Actually, ice.
This is
Stay Puffed.
You want to see Stay Puffed?
Yeah.
It's actually I think it's considered the last level. Do you want to go there first?
No, go to ice. We'll save Stay Puffed for last.
This has always been my favorite level.
Okay, we'll do a part.
Things in this level unlocked things in my soul.
Is this the level that Death is in?
No, Death is on Prison Island. You should play Xenoblade Chronicles, folks.
Oh well. Ooh.
There's even a black character in the game, so they're not racist. They just didn't want Winston in it.
It's appalling.
Actually, it's. Is this the first non-white character who isn't from Japan on the Sega Genesis?
God,
and not an animal?
Is it?
Right
now, I'm living in an apartment. That's an interesting statement. So you're not even doing the whole building. You're just doing one apartment.
It's gonna be the whole building. This man must be
I woke up. This place is full of water.
This man must be a prince in some foreign nation to have the apartment the size he does. Full of water. I've got just about all you said for those 2 sentences.
That's it. That's all he needs.
Don't worry. Leave it up to me. The Plumber Busters.
Now. Get out of here.
He looks behind him. Oh, right, they're not here.
Get out of here and take care of business. But you're already in the building.
I think that...
Already on the phone.
This game's fairly well translated, and I think that might be one of the only...
Did they ever call themselves the Ghostbusters like that?
No. They don't say, come on, gang.
Yeah.
They're oddly clinical, man. Like even, like, Ray never says, like, come on, Ghostbusters, let's go! Like, none of them have that, like... pull yourself up by your bootstraps and like act like a goofy sidekick. They're all sullen, at least somewhat sullen guys in their mid-30s who happen to be extremely intelligent.
I think this is the first level I ever saw in this game.
This song, if you can hear it, you should really look at the soundtrack for this game. It's beautiful. The people who made Puyo Pop...
Oh, they even animated the breath coming out of Egon as he...
You can play as... I'm going to keep saying it. You can play as Harold Ramis in a video game. This is... What a wonderful world we live in. I don't think he even knew.
Oh yeah, he probably was just like...
Whoa.
They read some game.
Oh, wait. It doesn't do anything until you shoot.
Oh,
alright.
That's helpful.
It's interesting. Really brought down the tone, I guess.
All those wasted lives.
About the real Ghostbusters. That's clearly the thing I spent the most time with as a kid. And I think the thing
what was with the drawing of Egon?
I knew that was going to be it because that is always the subject that comes up. Egon, Harold Ramis's daughter, when she saw that show, she saw this man who clearly was not Harold Ramis.
Yeah, and he explained to her that there was like...
Yeah, like there's room in the world for more than one Egon. Like this is the new Egon. I'm the Egon from the movie, and like this man who isn't me is the Egon here.
Now, I think it's interesting that
apparently Harold Ramis was always zen. He was just always a good person.
I think it's interesting that they didn't appear to seem to have much control over that cartoon.
They did not.
Now, why was that?
Sony owns I guess it was Columbia at the time. I don't know if Sony owned them at the time. I know the Coca-Cola Corporation has a hand in this. They have some say in what was to be done with that cartoon. That's why they made Ecto Cooler.
Yeah, but okay, I get that. But you would think that if you're making a cartoon, you'd want it to look like the characters. Like, why do they?
Well,
I guess for the most part, they kind of did look like them.
They embody the spirit of the characters. If you saw those four, if you knew who the four Ghostbusters were and were shown those characters, I think maybe with a certain percentage saying Ray is Peter for whatever reason, these are these characters. Like Egon is that blonde guy. Winston.
I guess I'm just wondering who turned in that drawing of Egon? And who signed off on it? Why weren't the actors consulted?
They didn't have to be because they didn't own the license.
This is a huge apartment.
Oh yeah, let's see
this man is
rich.
This
is his roommate.
those are his roommates.
His name is Cheddar.
This man is clearly rich.
Broom ice.
Yeah, I watched the cartoon, but I didn't retain much.
I retained about as much as a 5-year-old could. The original pilot of the show, which, if you know who Vincent Waller is, if you know who Ren and Stimpy is, Vincent Waller is the man who directed Rubber Nipple Salesman. He did a lot of the show. He's actually like the creative director. He's like in charge of SpongeBob now. Mm-hmm. He's prolific. You know his work even if you don't know who he is.
Yeah.
He worked on that show. So did Everett Peck, the creator of Duckman. He drew a lot of the ghosts. Like he drew Sam Hain, the ghost with the pumpkin head. Whichever ghost we're about to fight was a door unlocked in my mind as a child. And I think you'll know. Oh no, not this one. This one's more you.
This guy just looks like I don't know what the thing is.
There are like
whoa.
Two. Yeah.
It's Sega Genesis animation.
There are too many bosses in here. I never really cared for this one. This one's cool, but like, it's clearly just a big lug. Shoot. Oh, I'm out of lives!
I really think Platinum would have made a really cool Ghostbusters game, but sadly...
I was so upset. I was really putting myself on the path to sadness, thinking that was going to happen.
Yeah, when they announced that Activision was making a new Ghostbusters game, we started wondering if Platinum was going to be doing it because they had done the last few Activision licensed games, Transformers, Devastation, and Ninja Turtles, whatever the fuck it was called.
50% of them reviewed well.
And,
that's a pretty high mark for 2 licensed games made into that.
Yeah, Transformers is pretty dope. I haven't played it myself, but it looks good. Ninja Turtles is garbage, and I think it's one of the first out-and-out bad Platinum games. Like
I haven't played it myself, but apparently everyone who did said it was not up.
I watched someone play through the game. It looks like shit.
I'm surprised.
And it's only a couple hours.
I think it's 3 hours long,
and it's incredibly repetitive, and it just didn't look very good, which is insane because you would think that Ninja Turtles and Platinum would go together like peanut butter and jelly. But,
I was wondering if you were going to say that.
But they went together like shit and shit.
They went together like cloves and Tom Collins mix.
Oh, well, yeah.
To not reference Ghostbusters.
So, for all we know, if they did do a Ghostbusters game, you might have been more heartbroken because you might have got a shitty game too.
Yeah.
But yeah, the game that Activision did commission was a Ghostbusters game that doesn't have the characters from the movie in it. And instead takes place after the movie, and
kind of spoils the movie and says that they succeeded.
and it stars characters that like they recruited to work as Ghostbusters.
They slapped together. Kevin is not in it
while they left the city, and I'm like thinking to myself like, who would want to, like, if you just saw the movie, wouldn't you want to play as the characters? Like, I want to play this, but with Holtzman.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my god.
I don't want to play as like some rando characters. Like, I want to play like a game with the characters I just saw. So
at least with the same names. At least give these video game characters a chance to be all ladies.
I think it's annoying too because they announced the cartoon that's not going to have those characters in it too, right? Like
I don't. Oh my god.
I don't supposed to get around that.
You don't.
As in they announced the new animated movie, but it's not going to have.
I don't know who's going to be in that movie, and like, I just hope it's put in good hands.
And like, I get that Sony's wanting to do this whole cinematic universe thing with Ghostbusters.
Oh crap!
Yeah.
You ate all the duck,
but
I didn't buy any of the duck.
I honestly don't feel like Ghostbusters doesn't need a cinematic universe. Like, I don't know. I mean, I know all the movie companies right now are into that, like, whole, like, they want that money that Marvel has, but I guess I'm wondering, like, how many movies can you make out of Ghostbusters that, like, aren't sequels, but aren't, like, you know what I mean? Like
the Ghostbusters are, I love them. I always hope for more Ghostbusters things, but they're kind of like the Muppets. You can only do so much with them before people don't want them around for a while.
I just hope it doesn't turn into one of those other Sony projects like with Spider-Man, where like we're gonna do this whole thing and then we just give up on it. Like, you know, like we have this new Spider-Man continuity and oops, no we don't. Like after 2 movies, you know, like
yeah.
Like I hope it doesn't turn into one of those things where Ghost Corps just gets shut down immediately. But I guess like. I like the characters that Feig made for that new movie.
Those characters are worth another movie.
Yeah, so I really hope we get to see them again.
Oh boy!
What do you get if you trap the ghost? More money?
Yeah. Hey, I got it. You have to hit A on this controller. A. We're playing with a Super. You get a colored version of the drawing. That is just Harold Ramis. Bless his soul.
I got a little bit of energy.
Yeah. The song is so good. Hope it doesn't come up too loud in the video.
Yeah. Yeah. I just think it's weird that the way they've been marketing it was like.
Oh, and what I said about Ghostbusters wearing out its welcome. I don't think that. I always want more, and there are plenty of people who do. But I think, in the grand scheme of considering every person on the planet whose money you want. If you do too much of something like this in too short an amount of time, or not do it quick enough, you're putting yourself in danger of just losing money and making people tired again of beloved characters and franchises.
I wonder, like, when the Ghostbusters first got kind of played out, I wonder if people actually thought to themselves, like, we're tired of this, or was it like...
I don't know. Like, I'm positive it was 91 because... The show was either canceled in 90 or 91, and like that was after the show had been reformed heavily to be a starring Slimer. Oh. So like a decade after John Belushi had died, a character based off of him was the star of a dying cartoon. Oh, that was fast.
Wait, get some more duck.
Yeah. Oh, then we can't buy a weapon. Shucks.
Gotta make the hard decisions.
I thought okay, because I have a tendency to just pick out keywords and sentences before reading the whole thing, which always leads to errors. I thought it said this was aged for 4,000 years. I was like, this is heavily pickled duck.
Spiritual duck.
I can only have one at a time. One duck, comma, man. Oh, but anyway, they changed the pilot episode, the pilot presentation. I don't think it ever aired of the real Ghostbusters. Made it must have been late '85 or towards '86. Peter looked exactly like Bill Murray. Like he looked way too much like Bill Murray for executives to be comfortable with, because like then you have to give Bill Murray money or like have contracts signed because like this is just him. Like you're just using Bill Murray without asking him.
Well, I think it's interesting that he didn't have any rights to the Venkman character. It's just...
Actually, he does.
Okay.
Dan Aykroyd, and I believe Ivan Reitman had like equal rights. Like that series, as far as like saying what can happen, was split between them to a certain extent. But I believe overall, at least after a while, it was sold to Sony. Like Sony owns this. Or after Harold Ramis died, Ivan Reitman just handed it to them saying, I can't, like, we can never make another one of these. You have to do something with this.
Oh yeah.
There's a very clear history to this that I'm forgetting parts of right now that are important. Why couldn't they go through that door before? There's very wonderful books about this. It's a subject worth looking into. I guess if you're a movie historian of some sort, or like the 80s. Oh, okay. Here we go. Yeah, here's something that is not from Ghostbusters
at all.
You gotta wait for it to chip through. Oh crap! Oh good. Oh, it has ROM. It has RAM.
I thought it was gonna make you watch that again.
That's Sega Magic. That turbo was a blast processing.
Yeah.
Two great words.
It was revealed to be a lie.
Yep. Oh, so come back, Slimer. Slimer, come home.
You have full HP.
What the fuck is this?
How many shitty episodes? How many like episodes of the cartoon are like only about Slimer? Like you have to like sit through.
From what I remember, this is what I remember from an interview with the writers. They would use Slimer as a kick around. Like if they didn't care how they treated Slimer. And the way when you look at Slimer, he's comedic relief. You don't really care. You care about Slimer because like you want him to do well. But if he gets slapped around, it's okay because like you know he's kind of like Charlie Chaplin. He doesn't really talk much, and like he can get bullied because you know he'll be fine in the end. Like he's gonna make it. Is this the other? Yes.
I remember like I don't think.
No, this is
I don't think I liked Slimer that much as a kid. Or like, I think I was tired of him after a certain amount of time.
I think we all were, or like most people were. Again, I'm never tired of these things.
I liked him in the new movie.
He was great in the new movie. Spoiler alert: Slimer is in the movie.
He's in the trailer. He's in the commercial. I think he's fair game to talk about. I won't spoil the other parts.
Saying where he is in the movie, like he's important in the movie.
Yeah, he's actually more important than I thought he would have been, but not in a way that makes him annoying.
He actually, now that I think about it, he does something he's been shown to be able to do before. Do you remember that?
I'm not sure.
Something he does
besides eat food.
Oh, he's good at that. Something he does in 2, he does in this.
Oh, in 2. I don't remember 2.
And I never thought about it. Like, if you think they're pulling the skill of Slimers out of nowhere, they are not. He is a skilled professional. And actually, I think it kind of speaks to what he did when he was alive.
I should draw Slimer fan art when I get home.
You should. Oh, you remember that wheezing you drew a decade ago?
I was just thinking that I want to draw a really gross Slimer.
Ooh. Alright, time to eat some duck. Ooh.
This is a well-prepared one.
Yeah. Ah! You gotta shoot only the right one. If it hits any of the fakes, it stops. So I don't know, like, if this is supposed to be the gate key.
Yeah, I was like, are you fighting Dana?
Yeah.
Are you fighting Sigourney Weaver?
I don't know if I'm fighting the Key Lord or the Gate Master.
The Key Lord.
Ah. But, like, this is clearly based on a flying woman. And really, how many of those are there?
I like that her proportions are like a human, but Egon is like this little dwarf man. This little imp.
Here's the one for me. Here's the one that looks like she's the closest to being a witch. Also, mummies are in this game. If you play your cards right, you're going to see a lot of mummies.
It's interesting what people got out of these characters.
People got so much out of these characters. I was never much for... the art for the comics is beautiful, and the art style for the Wii version of the 2009 video game was clearly based off of its artwork. And they should have just hired him. Because he designed... I forget his name, Dan Schoenberg? He designed, like, the modern cartoon original Ghostbusters that, like, I recognize as being the most interesting.
I've actually never read the Ghostbusters comics.
I haven't. I've been... I guess I wouldn't speak to their quality because I haven't read them. I'm sure they've been in publication for years, so I'm sure they're fine. Hey!
I heard that they made, like, Peter too much of a scumbag.
Yeah, that might be true. Yes!
I can't say it myself, because, like, I haven't,
Yeah, I'm just going off of what people have told me, and that's never...
Like, I'm looking at the Wii version. Yeah, they look good in this.
Yeah, like, those characters, I feel it's unfortunate for Dan Aykroyd that they always lean on, like, oh, he's a big chubby guy. But I think that's supposed to represent, like, his spirit more than the way he actually looks.
I feel like they made a whole different game for Wii.
That game had so much love and attention put into it for no good reason. Like, there was no, like... It was only for the fans. Like, there was no reason to make that game. It actually is based off of the original script for the third movie. So, like, people who really wanted a third movie, it's there. It's on the Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, and the Wii.
Yeah, that was a cool release.
And you get, like... Yeah, I really... It came out, like, a week or so, or a month or so before Punch-Out.
Yeah, the Wii was a good system.
Yeah.
I liked it.
I think it's my favorite. I guess technically the Wii U has the Wii in it, so... Do you think, like, if your favorite system isn't automatically included in another system, does that new one that includes the old one make that your favorite? Look at this thing.
Wow. I group them together. Because I like...
I think that... I think...
I like the games that Nintendo made themselves on the Wii U more than the Wii.
Yes.
But I like the games... Or rather, there's a lot of games, I shouldn't say only, but there's a lot of games that third parties are on the Wii that I just love a lot. That vanished. And it's not even the Wii U's fault that they vanished, it's like the game industry in general, like stuff like Grasshopper and stuff like that.
Yeah, my favorite Wii game, it's personal, I know there are games better than this. Well, I guess my favorite game I would say is Xenoblade Chronicles now, because it's really good, and it just makes me, it really reminds me of Lunar. But my other favorite game is No More Heroes 2, for all the issues that game, I guess, has. They don't matter to me.
Yeah, I love that game. Xenoblade's great. I love the last story.
I think this is the boss.
Some good games on that little thing. Another Slimer.
A nice one.
Oof.
But were we oh, yeah, the real Ghostbusters cartoon with... Oh, here's the boss. I was immediately locked in for life onto this.
Do you think humans could...
This is me. This is me as a baby.
A snowman?
Yes.
An evil snowman?
Yes. That mouth, like, I was obsessed with it.
Really?
Yeah, I loved this when I was little.
Go for it, you little runts. A little saucy, the dialogue is. I'll skewer you in the bargain?
I think that means I'll skewer you all at once. Like, I'll skewer you all for, like, with little effort. What? In the bargain is such a weird thing.
I have never heard that before.
Yeah.
I'll skewer you in the bargain.
Look
oh
at
my
this.
God.
Look at this thing. I love it. It's clearly a Japanese snowman. Like, this is something that was made because it's from Japan.
It's even got the
bucket.
Yeah, and it's like 2 snowballs instead of 3.
A modest snow person.
Shooting carrots at... This is crazy. Poor Egon.
Egon doesn't deserve this. Egon and his friend Rocksteady. Oh, man.
Jeez.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of characters named Egon, have you ever seen the movie Mannequin 2? Have you ever seen Mannequin?
No.
I don't think you have. There's no reason to ask anyone that. There's a movie called Mannequin 2 about a woman who was spitefully turned into a statue at the hands of someone without any character that's not worth mentioning. She had a necklace put on her that turns her into a stone statue that is in a mannequin shop later on. There's a doofus character in that came out in 1991. So the Ghostbusters came and went by then, and his name is Egon. I'm like, what gall? No, you can't fucking name a character Egon in a shitty movie. Like, just let him have it. Jesus Christ. That's like naming, like...
Well, is Egon a name?
Egon is a real name, but the gall of a shitty movie that came out in the shadow of the Ghostbusters empire to use the name Egon not as satire or in an irreverent way, but it's just for some doofus that was dubbed over.
Are you getting the?
It's repugnant.
Are you getting the three-way shot?
Yeah, three-way. Where is it?
Right there.
Yeah. I don't know why, but this has a good reputation.
So,
my three-ways have a very good reputation.
Hey, he's going to show you other things? What?
Whoa.
Oh.
Maybe if you... As for that, I've already got that one. That's... Oh, I guess it's Egon talking? Now we need to buy this. Oh, God. This game has, like, RPG elements. Egon with RPG elements.
What does the energy do?
God, how do I... Oh, great. How do I even, like... Oh, yeah, okay, you do it here. Oh, look, there's a map there. This is the Metroidvania. Jeremy Parrish! I'm looking at you!
No, you didn't put it on.
Shucks.
You just used all the bombs.
Listen, I am the bomb.
Why didn't you put the three-way on?
Because it uses energy.
Oh.
This is an infinite shot. Meat shot.
Okay.
What were we talking about before I had a tirade about a movie from 1991 that no one cares about? You should see Mannequin 2, by the way. Just watch all these movies I saw in the haze of childhood, about which I remember very little other than failure and toys. You could keep exiting and entering this house and getting money from there if you wanted.
I was talking about
you could continuously rob this man.
I was talking about how I didn't read the comics.
Oh yeah, they're worth looking at. Like
there was a Ghostbusters Tokyo Pop comic release that I did like.
That is my favorite Ghostbusters property between the first movie and the new movie.
That was supposed to come out alongside the game.
Yeah, there was like a little resurgence of Ghostbusters in like 2009. It wasn't even like a proper anniversary.
We should talk about the Ghostbusters, the game, not this game, but
right, the new one.
The game. Well, it's not even new.
Oh yeah, the new the one based off.
They made a game that might as well have just been Ghostbusters 3.
It was. Dan Aykroyd himself said this is Ghostbusters 3.
It came out.
It's the only movie to ever get a sequel in a video game, I think.
It came out.
That was written by the people who made it.
I don't know what year it came out. Was it
2009? I believe it was 2009 because
It sounds about
right. I think that's I just have a guess that's my feeling.
They got the actors back and
everyone except for Harold, except for the little guy with the glasses.
Rick Moranis.
Rick Moranis. Why did I forget? I'm sorry.
Did you forget Rick Moranis?
I don't know my cousins' names.
But he's not in that movie. He's not in the game, right?
I believe he's not in the game.
The character, I mean.
Yeah, the character's not in the game.
Now
he was retired.
Let me ask you this: what does Bill Murray think about video games? Like, was he like?
That's like asking. Like,
or actually, what I should say is, what does Dan Aykroyd think of?
I think Dan Aykroyd is just a generally positive person. I think he's a very open-minded, positive spirit. He was very excited for all press of this game. He's very good at being excited about something he's involved with. Like, this is a great thing. I hope you enjoy it. Like, we worked hard on it. But like with Ghostbusters, he's especially so.
Yeah, but like does he play games? Like, what made him? Like, how did this project start?
I'm not sure. I think he was approached. I don't know who approached him actually. Someone approached someone else that probably didn't have like they had the gall to do it. They didn't have the right. They had the gall to. Since everyone is, they don't look like they did in 1991. This game took place, like with this game, ooh,
two Slimers.
Crap. This game took place in 1991. Like they actually took photos of the actors from 1991 and modeled them off of that for the real versions, at least. I forget exactly how that game came to be. I'm surprised it did because it involves Sony and numerous tiny baby studios. Making a game just to make people happy. And so it's pretty good, especially the Wii version, which you use the Wii remote with. Oh, I might be able to get our health back. There's been a lot of tiny miracles with the Ghostbusters franchise. Not the least of which is the new movie. I think the right people made that movie.
You have to try to go through the other door, I think.
Yeah, I just wanted to get health from that Slimer. Oh, maybe I can... I don't have any bombs. Alright, whatever. Oh my god.
No, I mean, you have to go through the other door to get the Slimers on that side.
Oh.
Oh, now you fucked yourself.
Oh, I do a lot of that.
Oh my god. What was I gonna say?
But yeah, the Ghostbusters, the video game, was highly advertised. It was the first thing any of the writers, actors, or director had any involvement with since 1989.
I remember hearing that, I don't know if it's true, but I remember hearing that Bill Murray didn't want to do it or something, or...
I think he probably didn't want to do that at first. Bill Murray's, from what I remember, Bill Murray's agent is his answering machine. If you could get him to pay attention, you're doing well. I think when he realized everyone else was doing it and it wasn't bad. It's the only video game he's ever done. It's the only video game any of them except maybe Dan Aykroyd, I think maybe Ernie Hudson had ever done.
I should play through it sometime.
It's good. A lot of things you hear about in the other movies, like a slore, like when you hear the Keymaster talk about the form of a giant slore, you actually get to see what a slore is in this game. And it's a big Ghostbustery being.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool. I remember like the continuity being crazy.
If you don't want spoilers as to what the last boss is, skip ahead like 20 seconds. The last boss is Ivo Shandor, the man mentioned in the books of the first movie. The guy who made Spook Central. He's the last boss.
Yeah, I remember when you were playing through it, we were looking at like the lore and stuff like that, and just being like, well, that was because of Dan Aykroyd, right?
Yeah. Look how much easier this is now.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest challenges about this game is actually the aiming. So when you take that away, it's
Oh my god, I'm tearing this thing up.
Oh my god, Ernie Hudson is 70.
Oh my gosh. He doesn't look 70 at all.
I didn't know he was actually a Marine in real life.
I didn't know that.
Winston was going to be a Marine in the...
Yes, I only found that out recently, actually. Oh, there's a ghost in... Like, the hat was a ghost. Winston was originally written as, like, a seasoned veteran Marine, correct?
Yes, that's what I heard.
And a week before shooting, he was entirely rewritten, and, like, several pages of him were taken out. And he was originally introduced in, like, one of the first few pages, like, first 20 pages, maybe. I think it jumped to page 60 or something. And he was boiled down to I'll do anything you want me to for money, which
He's gonna be in the new Twin Peaks.
Oh damn, that'll be good. He's a good actor.
He's only done 2 video games: the Ghostbusters game and Winston and Lego Dimensions.
Oh, he's in that.
Yeah,
that's nice.
He's
Ooh, we got $4,000 from that guy. 4 big ones.
He's gonna be in the new Twin Peaks.
That's amazing. So he's gonna be in the same movie as Scott Pilgrim.
Yes.
Same show.
Same show.
I'm going to stay glued to the stone tablet. Peter is saying
Michael
this.
Cera.
Yeah.
Bill Murray is 65. He looks a hell of a lot older than Ernie Hudson does right now.
It's interesting how people mature.
Oh, Bill Murray was born the 21st of September. It's one day.
It's one day before you.
I know it.
So
we have the same sign.
Oh my gosh!
Actually, that might not be true.
You might be. It might change.
I think we.
I don't think it changes by the 21st.
Yeah. Are they just playing the song in their apartment?
Yes. While they're playing Tetris, a game owned at the time by Nintendo. When, excuse me, Sega owned 2 puzzle games at that time. Columns, which wasn't made by them.
Oh, Bill Murray's in the Lego Dimensions too.
He is? He voiced that?
He's in Peter. He plays Peter.
Oh, that's okay. I have to get that. I'll pay full price for that.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's good.
Apparently, he I think he guest starred in it. Wait, no.
In what?
Oh no, never mind. Peter Venkman appears in one episode of Extreme Ghostbusters.
Yes, he does. I believe he was played by, I forget his name, Uncle.
It says Venkman was created for John Belushi.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Venkman was going to be played by John Belushi, and then because that's how long that movie took to make and to be conceived of. So, a tip for young artists: if you think something is taking too long for you to conceive of, it took Dan Aykroyd at least one friend's passing to get through the making of this movie, and several revisions. So never think you're too many revisions away. What should we buy, Eric? Gasoline? Explosives?
I think you should save your cash.
When have I ever done that? Everyone's got 3 mortgages nowadays.
I get more duck.
Oh yeah.
I'm looking up Ghostbusters trivia, but
this reduces damage.
Oh, I did not realize that was how John Belushi died.
Oh, you didn't know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof.
Should we say?
Oh, it's kind of a downer.
Yeah, it's if you want to know,
just go to his wiki page.
Yeah, it's really easy to find out how John Belushi died, and it's very sad. You might, if you don't know how he died, you might not want to do it.
I was just looking up his, because I know Slimer is based off of him.
Yes. Dan Aykroyd's in-joke about his deceased friend made Sony millions.